there's no God-fearing person of any religion who feels as much awe as me when I see a mountain or a tree
or the stars
or anything in science and nature and art.
And you and I are privileged to be here to enjoy it, even if for a short time. That's a wonderful thought.
We cherish this life. It's sacred. So enjoy it. This is all we've got.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant.
Make the most of it. Make the most
of it. It's brilliant. It's amazing. But I was born into the right religion. I'm going to heaven. It's strange that we hold on to these sort of medieval beliefs. You know, where did the universe come from? God made it. Which doesn't solve the problem for me. Because we straight away say, well, who made God? And if they say, well, he's always been around, well, let's just say the universe has then. Let's just cut out the middleman. It saves time. We're all born atheist, you know, and then that gets changed or enhanced. I mean, there shouldn't even be a word for atheism. It shouldn't exist. Shouldn't need it. There's not a word for not believing in fairies, you know? And if people didn't keep inventing these weird, impossible deities, we wouldn't have to go around denying them. If you go around feeling good because whatever life throws at you, it'll all be okay in heaven, that's great. Doesn't affect anyone. Fine. If you pray that you'll do well at work and then you try hard and do well at work and you believe it was the praying, fine. You know, we know it wasn't. We know the praying was irrelevant. We know praying without actually doing anything doesn't do anything. Praying and then working towards something. Praying to me is like making a list. That's all it does. It may even motivate you. It may even, you know, it's getting your thoughts clear. Thinking there's someone hearing you and changing stuff, that's something else. But again, it's still not harmful. But if you start doing crazy stuff because God's telling you to, that affects me. I've got to stop you there. And thank you to God for making me an atheist. When I signed off the Golden Globes by saying, and thank God for making me an atheist. Now clearly that was a play on words. It was a little bit of a redressing the balance to everyone who thanks God for winning an award. I've never seen so much outrage as thanking God for making me an atheist. Now correct me if I'm wrong, if God exists, he did make me an atheist, didn't he? Didn't he? Why did he do that?
I read about that. It was astonishing. I mean, it really did cause outrage, did it?
You usually have to murder and eat someone to get that much publicity in America.
How funny.
Yeah.
How very funny.
Yeah. I love that some people mistake atheists for Satanists.
Oh, yes.
I think that, yeah. I go, no, I don't believe in him either.
Yes.
He's just as ludicrous.
Yes.
I don't believe in him. Why can't God sort out Satan? Why can't he? He's all powerful. What's he doing? What's he doing?
So why does a 21st century British atheist get up in the morning?
I think you have to have worth. I think you have to feel in yourself you have worth. Friends, family, a loving relationship, just because we're human and that's how we're built. And for me personally, something creative. It doesn't have to be painting the Sistine Chapel. It can be gardening. But I think you have to do something and enjoy it and fill your free time and stand back and look and go, I did that. You know, these are all reasons to stay around for as long as you can.
I would agree with all that, and I think I would add understanding as well. When did you first realise that you didn't believe in God?
My next brother, Bob, when I was about 8, he was 11 years older than me, so he was about 19, and I was drawing a picture of Jesus for, you know, Bible studies, and he came in and he looked at it and he went,
why do you believe in God? And my mum went, Bob. And I knew from body language. Why didn't she even want the question? She was hiding something from me. And I thought about it, and it all made sense. Then I started reading, and I've been an atheist for 40 years.
Religion's greatest trick wasn't convincing some people that there was a God who was all-powerful. It was convincing everyone else that you couldn't ridicule that idea. If you weren't allowed to teach anything, you weren't allowed to mention any gods or any beliefs or atheism, right, until they were 20. I think we see a different pattern. The human brain, when it's young, is a sponge. It has to be. It has to take in all the information. It has to trust its parents, its elders, to survive. Without question, don't touch the fire. Why not? Don't go near the wolf. Don't touch that spider with a red bit. Don't touch that. Why not? Just don't. There is a God. What? There is a God. And if you're bad, you go to hell. Okay? And if that's constantly confirmed, like all the other things, wolves eat you, black widows kill you, fires burn you, if it's given that same level of credence and truth, you're never going to get over it. It's going to be a lot harder to undo that. I think the myths came up, maybe, often as a stopgap to knowledge until we find out more. The earth is flat. No, we've proved now. Okay, the earth's not flat. We were wrong. Okay, but that's not personal. You don't take that personally. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your afterlife. And so they often want to hold on to that, right? But only because of the way they've been conditioned. We know it's fun to tell children there's a Santa Claus, and there's fairies at the bottom of the garden, and all these cute things. It's cute till they're 7 or 8. If they're 34, it's a bit embarrassing socially. This is my son. What's he doing? He's looking for fairies. Is he? Okay, we better leave. If you're born in India, you're probably a Hindu. If you're born in America, you're probably a Christian. If you're born in Pakistan, you're probably a Muslim. That's a coincidence, isn't it? That you're always born into the right God. Always. Isn't that lucky? I was born under the right God. All those others are going to hell.
Well, also for you, because anyone who follows you on Twitter, and you have a huge following, they'll know that you are a pathological atheist, and therefore the thought of death is very final for you. And for me, as a good Irish Catholic boy, it's the start of something new and glorious. For you, that's it.
For me, it's the end of something glorious, so I have to pack it all in. But, I'm not depressed about it. I don't want to die any more than anyone else. And I think there's this strange myth that atheists have nothing to live for. It's the opposite. We have nothing to die for.
You have more to live for.
We have everything to live for.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would imagine you have a more focused attention to life because you think it ends when you die.
I think it's precious. I think it's beautiful. I think the world is amazing. I love people, animals, art, every hobby. I can't believe my luck that I'm alive for these 70 or 80 years. Might be less. Wait, I'm not long for this world. My nan used to say that. She lived till 83. I think it was 40 years we were going, I'm not long for this world.
What are you said the things you like. What are the things that really annoy you?
Only two things really, really make my blood boil, I suppose. I suppose in general, as I get older, injustice. Injustice quietly makes my blood boil. Either personal, social, political, personal. I suppose the two main categories are religious intolerance, this arrogance that you think, arguing over whose God is right, sort of gets me down a little bit, and I've got no problem with spirituality. I really haven't. That's another myth, and I always try and make the difference clear between spirituality and religion. One is a very personal feeling, a journey, a hope, or whatever, a need, a joy, and the other is an organised body that uses that for power and corruption in many cases. And I don't have either, but I suppose I think that When it affects me, that's when I have a say in it.